Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, March 29th, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 528 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. 2 top Democrats want support from at least 10 Republicans for gun background check bill. Haitians march in favor of Constitution as it turns 34 and President seeks overhaul. New Jersey parents sue school districts to force them to reopen. Dad stuffed baby wipe into infant's mouth before she choked to death, Ohio cops say. Auschwitz Museum slams New Yorker Holocaust piece on Poland. Man shot to death outside Houston gas station, 2 others injured. Toledo Magazine, feral swine a growing problem across the landscape. Congresswoman-elect whose husband died of COVID-19 urges hesitant Americans to use my story and get vaccinated. Many Brazilians disregard the pleas to stay at home. Graham slammed for touting straight NRA propaganda, survivalist AR-15 fantasy in interview. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Deshaila Harris, Bad Girls Club star, identified as a Virginia Beach shooting victim, CNN. Indiana hires Knicks assistant Mike Woodson as former Hoosiers star replaces Archie Miller as coach, CBS Sports. 2 tugboats deployed to Egypt's Suez Canal as shippers avoid it, Minneapolis Star Tribune. Undefeated Gonzaga advances to Elite 8 extended highlights, March Madness. Nike denies involvement with Lil Nas X Satan shoes containing human blood, NBC News. Birx recalls very difficult call with Trump, says hundreds of thousands of COVID deaths were preventable, NBC News. Wisconsin health officials report no COVID-19 deaths for second time in 7 days, WBAY. Justin Bieber's Justice is the #1 album, unseating Morgan Wallen after 10 weeks, Pitchfork. Nashville floods leave behind rising rivers, submerged roads and multiple deaths, NPR. This Microsoft Flight Simulator mod features the cargo ship stuck in the Suez Canal, The Verge. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Video shows Maryland police screaming at, threatening crying 5-year-old boy. Alabama Shakes drummer facing child abuse charges. Hillary Duff shares magical photo from home water birth after having baby girl. 2 teen girls charged with murder in carjacking death of Uber Eats driver. 4 dead, more than 100 rescued after heavy rainfall floods Tennessee. Maya Rudolph's Beyond Cannot Take the Heat in Hot Ones parody on SNL. New York lawmakers agree to legalize recreational marijuana. Double down, swing district Democrats embrace Biden agenda. Suicide bombers attack Palm Sunday mass in Indonesia, wounding at least 14. Opening statements in Derek Chauvin's trial set for Monday. Here's what to know. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Vaccine clinic held at barbershop. NC teachers applaud bill to waive PTO fee. MSP, suspect shoots at driver after being flipped off. Funeral home employee celebrates 60 years. Jackie Robinson artwork damaged in delivery. Frontline worker walks for first time in over a year. Hospital chaplain receives 16,000 paper cranes. Serial molester pleads guilty to 8 counts. Police, former teacher abused teen. Outreach program for gun violence survivors. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. How sanctions hurt Iranian women. Russia trumpets coronavirus vaccine exports, while quietly importing doses. As blocked ships back up the Suez Canal, hopes turn to tide in time. Virus cases in Florida are rising, especially among the young. For them, NYC will never be the same. Glenn S. Lunny dies at 84, oversaw NASA flights from Mission Control. Flooding in Nashville kills at least 4 as water keeps rising. 10 months after George Floyd's death, Minneapolis residents at war over policing. Inside the battle over George Floyd Square. Billions, yes, billions, of Brood X cicadas will soon emerge. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Trevor Lawrence no fan of Lil Nas X's Satan shoes. Texas Democrat shares new photos of migrant kids being held at the southern border. Stanford romps into Elite Eight, 89-62 over Missouri State. Europe's top teams win WC qualifiers as Swiss move goalposts. White House reporter accuses Pakistani migrant son of pushing far-right narratives for DC murder concern. Ohio Christian College professor who rejected transgender students' pronouns can sue university, court rules. Biden admin asks for government volunteers at the border amid crisis. Booker's 35 points lead Suns past Hornets 101-97 in OT. Indiana Hoosiers to hire Mike Woodson as coach. Unbeaten Zags keep rolling with 83-65 rout of Creighton. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, March 29th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Ashley King surpasses his fundraising goal of $1 million for his daughter Azalea. Woody Allen gives first TV interview in 30 years as he addresses accusations of pedophilia. Newcastle, drum washes up on beach hours after another was pulled from the ocean in Sydney's Coogee. Eyes to the skies for superworm moon, third full moon of the year is spotted over UK. UK drugs busters were told 2 years ago about British Cycling's private drug testing of riders. Incompetent police blasted over death of air stewardess. Ian Herbert, the memory of our golden summer has been tarnished. Celebrity personal trainer reveals the best exercise to tackle a midlife middle. Trapped in his own body by a cruel disease, Peter Scott Morgan pushed science and doctors to limit. Emmanuel Macron insists France will match UK's vaccination success. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Myanmar's rising body count. Happy Monday, England embarks on major easing of lockdown. COVID-19 live updates. Former Trump officials offer stark assessment of previous administration's coronavirus response. Obama family matriarch has died in a Kenyan hospital at 99. Against the odds, Cuba could become a coronavirus vaccine powerhouse. As Myanmar security forces crush anti-coup protests, more and more children are dying. Afghan group probes reports of 20 civilians killed in Khost. Giant Ever Given ship blocking Suez Canal partially refloated, amid hopes of unblocking waterway. Taiwan's pet psychics gain ground with animal lovers looking for a connection. Pakistani court commutes death sentence, after 23 years. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Coronavirus live news, UK passes 13 vaccinations, France accelerates rollout. Warnock urges Biden to prioritize fight against voter suppression. Most US COVID deaths could have been mitigated after first 100,000, Burke says. Late Dani Olmo goal rescues Spain and Georgia as Denmark hit 8. Mozambique, up to 60 missing after insurgents attack convoy. Everything is riding on the outcome. Minneapolis braces for Chauvin trial. Virginia Beach man shot and killed by police with college football player. USA continue winning run with victory over weakened Northern Ireland. Harry Kane takes center stage as efficient England see off Albania. Kurdish forces enter detention camp in Syria to eliminate ISIS cells. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. WHO report says animals likely source of COVID. Engineers start to refloat ship stuck in Egypt's Suez Canal. China pressures brand to reject reports of Xinjiang abuses. Infant found alive after Egypt building collapse kills 25. Funerals become scenes of Myanmar resistance, more violence. 5 dead after helicopter crash in Alaskan glacier. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Trump asks wedding party, do you miss me yet? Barack Obama's Kenyan grandmother dies, age 99. French drug company fined over mediator weight loss pill. Mozambique, dozens dead after militant assault on Palma. Suez Canal, how are they trying to move the Ever Given? Suez Canal, Ever Given container ship shifted from shoreline. George Floyd, Derek Chauvin trial begins as family demands justice. Suez Canal, stuck Ever Given container ship partially freed from shoreline. India COVID-19, PM Modi did not consult before lockdown. Brisbane lockdown, Australian city to shut down over 7 cases. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Showbiz Minute, Osbourne, concert, US box office. They need to be watched. How live streaming the Derek Chauvin trial lets people of color monitor the justice system. George Floyd's death was traumatizing for black teens in Minneapolis. They fear the trial will be just as painful. Suez Canal blockage, vessel partially refloated as workers resume pulling maneuvers. On this day, March 29, 1951. You cannot trust the government. Spanish-speaking social media spreads COVID-19 vaccine disinformation, adds to hesitancy. 10 states open up vaccine eligibility to all adults this week. Florida's variant cases more than double, CDC says. Live COVID-19 updates. America is on trial. Vigils, rallies held in George Floyd's honor ahead of Derek Chauvin trial. Success story. Number of American bald eagles has quadrupled since 2009, experts say. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Column, if Democrats really want gun control, Senator Dianne Feinstein needs to stay in office. Long Beach resident kills 2 men during alleged break-in of his house. Seeking help with her 12-year-old's video schooling, a mother says she endured teacher's racist rant. Serial killer, whose victims included a 10-year-old Riverside County boy, dies awaiting execution. LA County cautions holiday vigilance as COVID-19 case numbers rise in other states. Even if you're vaccinated, Easter and Passover bring COVID-19 dangers. What to know? Woman dies after being struck by car while chasing robbery suspects, authorities say. A beloved LA hospital is about to close. Why no one could save Olympia Medical Center. A tale of 2 reckonings. How should Manhattan Beach atone for its racist past? First Lady Jill Biden to visit California next week for Cesar Chavez holiday. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, March 29, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. I cannot go on. Women in Japan suffer isolation and despair amid COVID job losses. Suicide rates among Japanese women rose sharply during the pandemic, prompting calls for support for low-income households. China warns foreign firms not to engage in politics after companies raised concerns about forced labor in Xinjiang. Petr Kellner, 56-year-old Czech billionaire, dies in a helicopter crash while heli-skiing in Alaska. Richest Czech man was in the world top 100 with estimated $17 billion fortune. Japanese bank Nomura says it's facing a loss of $2 billion arising from transactions with a U.S. client as hedge fund blow up Royals markets. The boat stuck in Suez Canal is now afloat. Cargo ship blocking Suez Canal has been refloated, says Inchcape. Giant vessel is now afloat, Inchcape says, Suez update. German union calls for day strike at Amazon sites ahead of Easter. U.S. Army base poisoning drinking water of 500,000 Japanese. French philosopher Michel Foucault sexually abused boys in Tunisia, report. New Zealand won't open for tourism before reaching herd immunity through vaccination. Mexico revises coronavirus death toll up by 60%. The revised toll places Mexico with the second highest number of COVID-related deaths in the world, after the U.S. Woman dies while being subdued by police in Tulum, Mexico. 100 million more children fail basic reading skills because of COVID-19. The next headlines are from Forbes. New bills in U.S. Senate would bolster efforts to store carbon underground. What the Cleveland Browns off-season moves mean for Greedy Williams. Shale oil's new investors want discipline and a smaller environmental footprint. WHO reportedly finds animals are likely source of COVID-19. Lab leak theory is extremely unlikely. From audio hangs to OnlyFans, why the brand broadcasting trend is blowing up. Giant ship operated by Taiwan's Evergreen gets partially freed from Suez Canal. How the international break can provide solution to Brighton scoring problem. Why Premier League sides will be watching Borussia Dortmund's match against Eintracht Frankfurt. See's Candies makes over 4.5 million chocolate Easter eggs a season. Here's how it's done. Calling on all Shios, have you hired a CDO yet? The next headlines are from Nature.com. How pirouettes and plis prepared me for a research career. The spatial landscape of lung pathology during COVID-19 progression. Escape of SARS-CoV-2 501YV2 from neutralization by convalescent plasma. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,695,124,277 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Circumen closes major sales on Berlin competition title. What do we see when we look at the sky? Exclusive. Arista Records signs British singer, songwriter and actor Arlo. Exclusive. Australia's Nine Entertainment hobbled by cyber attack. All three media circling the Cry distributor Ned Studios UK for potential sale. Exclusive. Mass killings put Myanmar coup back on international media agenda. Godzilla vs. Kong provides lift to Korean box office. Alphard wars to pierce Hong Kong's roadblock on satire. Exclusive. GM CEO Mary Barra accused of racism in ad signed by leaders of black-owned media companies. Dwayne Johnson reveals Black Adam release date. Amoeba Music's co-owner answers all your reopening FAQs about the new Hollywood store and what physical media means in 2021. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Why possibly changing the filibuster brings threats of political nuclear war. COVID-19 lockdowns have been hard on youth locked up. White House causes frustration in private and public responses to gun violence. Ever Given partially afloat as salvage teams race to reopen Suez Canal. At least 4 dead, 130 rescued as Nashville sees worst flooding in over a decade. U.S. is in the race between vaccines and variants, says public health expert. The godmother of Egyptian feminism has died, remembering Noel El-Sadoui. Indonesia church bombing wounds 20 on Palm Sunday. With more women in state office, family leave policies have not caught up. As U.S. corporations face reckoning over prescription opioids, CEOs keep cashing in. The following headlines are from the week. Catherine Heine recommends 6 books set in small towns. The case for trailer parks. Biden is apparently determined to focus on infrastructure this week. U.S. men's soccer team falls to Honduras, won't go to Olympics again. At least 4 dead in Nashville floods after 7 inches of rain douse area. WHO China draft report on COVID-19 origins says Wuhan lab leak extremely unlikely. Giant ship blocking Suez Canal partially dislodged, starting to move. George Floyd's family, supporters hold rally and prayer vigil on eve of Derek Chauvin trial. Congresswoman-elect whose husband died of COVID-19 urges hesitant Americans to use my story and get vaccinated. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, March 29th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Evidence of a brand new physics? The beautiful abundance of Rho Ophiuchi. Spica is your guide star to Omega Centauri. The next news is from Politico. U.S. European defense chiefs condemn violence in Myanmar. Big decisions for Boris Johnson as England tentatively unlocks the vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Biden's first 100 days. Boris Johnson talks tough on China following sanctions against UK MPs. Ship partially refloated, but still stuck in Suez Canal. Biden admin remakes vaccine strategy after mass vaccination sites fizzle. Pete Buttigieg has a bridge to sell you. Redistricting disarray nudges House Democrats towards statewide bids. Opinion: the $15 minimum wage isn't the only way to raise worker pay. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Alfredo goes west. Swans caught up in COVID outbreak, need exemptions to train. Very disappointing, Brisbane cluster dashes Easter plans. Queenslanders banned from day 1 at Bromby Blues Fest. To convince women he's listening, PM must dump blaming. I would be keen, Steve Smith wants to captain Australia again. Gangnam furor, Moon sacks top economic aid for raising rent. Clause for alarm, why Hogan can't believe Tim Sayu is running scared. We put our hand up, NRL admit forward pass howler, reveal technology plans. Morrison prepares policy parade to win back women. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Europe markets, banks tumble after U.S. fund wilts. NerdWallet, the 3 most important things to do to get your house retirement ready. Auto Trader, 6 things you should do to prep your car for a spring getaway. NerdWallet, this is the one airline that's still blocking middle seats, why it matters. Next Avenue, where are the jobs? These are the areas that are growing now. Auto Trader, the best 3-row subs for less than $40K in 2021. The big move, I want to sell my home, but I cannot find anything to buy. Should I rent instead? Cargo ship blocking Suez Canal partially freed. Keywords, vast majority of U.S. COVID-19 deaths could have been prevented, Burke says. Tencent Music announces $1 billion share buyback plan. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. L'expert's new guidelines for patents, how Canada's IP law has changed since 2019, L'expert. Commvault is seeking a patent agent, IPWatchdog.com. Now bioengineer partners with industry expert, now innovations to launch successful spin-off commercializing mobility technologies, Prescott News. The next headlines are from Quartz. Ever Given Budges, Chauvin trial opens, space wine. More women are turning to investing during the pandemic. WooWorks plans to go public, expose the danger of SPACs. Will Amazon unionize? Africa may not reach herd immunity against COVID-19 until 2023. What do the best online streamers have in common? Amazon has built an unbreakable monopoly in video game streaming. The talk show host of the future is a 3D video game character on Twitch. How watching other people play video games took over the world. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Funniest, most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Austin Rivers. Nuggets. UCLA. NFT. Sharon Stone. Alabama basketball. Devin Booker. Gonzaga basketball. Gonzaga. Nashville flooding. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Dropping stone on own foot, China urges Western brands to avoid politics amid boycott over their rejection of Xinjiang cotton. Double standards, North Korea condemns UN's attempts to strip its right to self-defense after latest missile tests. Email accounts of Trump's DHS chief and cybersecurity officials were breached in SolarWinds hack, media. Government urges caution and common sense as England emerges from stay-at-home COVID-19 order. Oil sinks the Suez Canal, container ship successfully refloated. Luckiest knee of your life, Askren claims he made Masvidal famous as he snaps back at former UFC foe over viral KO. Could your pet be a threat? Creator of Russia's Sputnik V warns COVID May 19th spread through cats and dogs in next phase of pandemic. Venezuelan President Maduro offers oil for vaccines as country sees spike in COVID-19 cases. Insulting Putin should be punishable with prison term, senior Russian lawmaker says, after outrage over Biden's killer comments. Czech Republic's richest person, Petr Kellner, among 5 killed in helicopter crash in Alaska. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Latest round of COVID stimulus checks boost savings rather than stonks. Things that make me go inflation, crypto, command economies, and gold. Instagram is sharing 79% of your personal data with third parties. Stoltenberg comes clean on China opportunity for NATO. Global oil shipments depend on these major choke points. Watch, 2 teenage girls carjack and kill an Uber driver, CNN calls it an accident. Turkmenistan, the new Islamic superpower? In quest of a multipolar economic world order. Baltimore City no longer prosecutes prostitution, drug possessions. Congress, in 5-hour hearing, demands tech CEOs censor the internet even more aggressively, Greenwald. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Ivory Coast military camp comes under attack, sources. Lockdown on thoughts, Kashmiris slam India's free speech curbs. UAE to manufacture Chinese COVID vaccine in Abu Dhabi. Qatari Emir, MBS discuss environmental challenges in phone call. Egypt makes arrests over fatal train crash in Sahag, prosecutor. A cold civil war is being waged in America. WHO report says animals likely source of COVID, AP. Hong Kong seen listing first blank check firm by year-end. India celebrates Holi amid alarming surge in COVID cases. Cooked, cricketers suffering in biosecure bubbles, says Kohli. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Kudlow, Biden's push to raise taxes, wage war on business nuts. Media ask Joe Biden the first sweet he plans to eat after Lent. Joe Biden, I don't care if Donald Trump visits the border. NRA membership spike as droves of Americans reject Democrat gun control. Mike Brown, Democrats hope illegal aliens become voters through open borders. Kennedy, putting Kamala Harris in charge of border crisis like making Lance Armstrong drug czar. DHS readies welcome for 800,000 family migrants. Saints Martian Lattimore arrested in stolen gun case. Exclusive, Mike Brown meets with leaders at border who call impacts of crisis unbearable, humanity bleeding. Fauci says MLB coronavirus restrictions could relax by late spring. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 6 of 7, Tall Blondes and Red-Haired Non-Humans in Brazil. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Top 20 things we want to do on a post-COVID vacation, and airline change fees are crucial. Software exec becomes garbage guy walking 12 miles every day in DC to pick up trash during pandemic. Federal judge blocks further oil and gas extraction on Ohio's only national forest. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, March 29th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Army fires at funeral as Myanmar mourns day of mass murder. Australian News. Al Jazeera. AI created some amazing new pickup lines. Oh, these will work. French monks locked down with 2.8 tons of cheese pray for buyers. NASA discovers gas emanating from Uranus. Truck carrying evergreen container causes traffic jam in China. Picture goes viral. 3 lesser-known facts about Holi celebration, every parent should teach to child. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Increase traffic, sales, and more with this UI/UX design training for just $15. Master OS, CompTIA, and more with this IT certification and training prep, now under $100. I tried to use the ad tech industry's tool to opt out of personalized ads. Did it work? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, March 29th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. From Iowa State to ice baths in the bubble, Matt Thomas and the Utah Jazz have some history together. Gordon Munson, leaving Utah, steals away Craig Smith from Utah State, and comes away with a diamond. Republican women say they experienced a toxic environment in the Salt Lake County GOP. Clearfield police searching for missing at-risk teen. After plane crash, Utah passes law requiring pilot insurance. Navajo Nation extends safer at-home order. Gordon Munson, when churches and arenas fully open up again, will you go? Salt Lake County GOP chairman resigns amid criticism. Utah reports 389 new COVID-19 cases, 13 deaths. How this earthquake nut prompted one Utah school district to make all of its buildings safer. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. New online science fiction dictionary pushes back origin of the word robot to 1920. Unix's founders created another OS at Bell Labs, Plan 9. Attackers breach 21,000 Microsoft Exchange servers, install malware implicating Brian Krebs. Amazon argues with U.S. Senators Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders on Twitter. Scientists boost an idea long thought outlandish, reflecting the sun's rays. Curl's 20th anniversary celebrated with 3D printed GitHub steel contribution graph. OpenSSL fixes a high-severity flaw that allowed crashing of servers. Will programming by voice be the next frontier in software development? No evidence to support Trump CDC director's theory about coronavirus origin. 3 Russian ballistic missile submarines just surfaced through the Arctic ice together. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Neighbor fatally shoots St. Louis man who was arguing with girlfriend. Missouri COVID update, hospitalizations, case averages have plateaued. Colombia, Mo man charged with attempted sex trafficking. St. Louis County Library distributing 1,500 grant pad tablets. Feral cats relocated to local warehouse to help with mouse problem. Picking up highway litter costs Illinois $6 million a year. Saturday evening storms cause damage across Madison County, Illinois. Madison County opens vaccine eligibility to those 16 years and older. Photos, check out viewer pictures from severe storms across the area. St. Charles County drive-through vaccination event Saturday ends early due to severe weather. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. How guaranteed income for residents might work, as modeled by a California city. Clerk arrested for selling alcohol to underage decoy, deputies say. San Diego enjoying summer-like conditions Sunday. Men pull up in SUV, beat and stab man walking down South Bay Street. News now, asylum seekers arrive, weather warms up and drivers flee police. Why can ages 16, 17 get the Pfizer vaccine but not Moderna or Johnson & Johnson? Driver hits pedestrian, 2 cars in Fairmount Park. A full worm moon will rise this weekend. Comic-Con reveals dates for November 2021 in-person event. Imperial Beach shoreline reopens after water contact warning. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. How to watch the James Bond movies in order, chronologically and by release date. A massive hack that Google thwarted was actually a counter-terrorism operation. If you invested $1,000 in Apple stock 1 year ago, here's how much you'd have now. Video, close-up footage shows endangered Siberian tigress and cub discovering hidden camera trap, the Tennessee Tribune. Spying history, newly unearthed letter sheds light on LI espionage ring. Eddie Izzard turns hometown history into spy thriller. Peace process has gone adrift in Afghanistan, column, Spy's Eye, EnglishLockMet.com. Fears Parliament House hacked by China. Radhika apt to star in spy entertainer Mrs. Undercover, Bollywood news, Bollywood hungama. The UK professor, a fake Russian spy and the undercover serious sting. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Italian newest aircraft carrier officially ready to operate F-35B fighter. Semi-autonomous robot dogs helps the U.S. Air Force to improve bases security. U.S. Air Force completes restoration of second B-52H Stratofortress bomber. France readies to offer Rafale fighter jets to Ukraine. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, March 29, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. San Jose historic building moving to be remodeled for affordable housing. Antioch police pursuit. One suspect still at large after shooting family dog. Now we close the doggy door at night. South Carolina woman finds coyote in her kitchen. 4 dead after record rains cause flash flooding in Tennessee. Why aging wine in space creates different taste, smell. How two friends made art history buying a $70 digital work. Did COVID-19 stress, uncertainty stall anti-smoking push? Nirvana Soul, sisters turned dream to reality with coffee shop in San Jose. Why you should update your iPhone ASAP. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Germany beats Romania in W Cup qualifying, Iceland flounders. Parts of Stearns Road closed for repair projects. Booker scores 35 points, Suns outlast Hornets 101-97 in OT. More than 16% of Illinoisans fully vaccinated, COVID-19 hospitalizations on the rise. Cook County taking appointments for 25,000 more doses at 4 sites including Des Plaines. Constable, college kid dominates in Final Four, turns pro, in tuba. 1 dead, 3 hurt in party bus shooting near Chicago. Willowbrook man charged with injuring 3 officers in courtroom. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil. Drought is ongoing in Mexico. Drought is ongoing in Malawi, Mozambique. Drought is ongoing in Iraq, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, China, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Congo, DRC, Namibia. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 40 km, in southeast of Honshu, Japan March 28, 2021, 026 UTC, about 11,000 people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, March 29th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Showers ending this evening, sunshine returns Monday. Or moon, how to see the next full moon in the sky this weekend. Teen girls charged with murder, carjacking of Uber Eats driver in D.C. Plus Life Episode 1, Live Your Best Life. Staples, Office Depot offering 2 laminate or COVID-19 vaccine cards for free. No layups, Houston Cougars make the Elite Eight, a conversation with ESPN's Cameron Wolfe and more. Leon Hale, Texas writer and columnist, dies at 99. Reward increased to $55,000 for information on murder of pizza delivery man. Is this patriot enough? Asian American official lips up shirt, shows military scars during speech about racism. Fentanyl exposure prompts hazmat response at Nassau Bay apartment. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Florida big man Castleton enters NBA draft for feedback. Highly regarded prospect Jazz Chisholm wins Marlins 2B job. Mad Bum gets opening day start on mound for Diamondbacks. La Tech rallies, beats Colorado State in NIT consolation game. Red Wings score 3 in third period to surge past Jackets 4-1. Mexico leader descries beer, milk production in arid areas. Lawmakers consider raises for state, higher ed employees. Final Four drought will end for either Baylor or Arkansas. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, feeling guilty about your vaccine comorbidity? As US sees COVID uptick, NYC cases remain mostly flat but stubbornly high. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Police search for man caught on video slashing boutique worker's face in Washington Heights. City inspector suspended over racist slur in official letter to Asian residents. Columbia grad students on strike over wages and harassment policies, NYU counterparts voting on similar actions. NYC firefighter arrested after punching man in deadly fight outside Queens Bar. NYC leaves millions on table in uncollected parking tickets, new report finds. Cuomo and New York state lawmakers announce deal to legalize marijuana. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. West Virginia House passes bill to ban enforcement of federal gun control, past, present and future. 77% of Americans are worried about soaring inflation. Why is everyone in Texas not buying? 2 teenage girls carjack and kill an Uber driver, CNN called it an accident. US NATO versus Russia-China in a hybrid war to the finish. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Infant found alive after Egypt building collapse. Is UN chief deeply shocked by conditions at migrant detention centers? Did Costco founder say I will kill you to CEO who wanted to raise hot dog prices? Did a truck carrying an evergreen container block a Chinese highway? Jurors in ex-police officer's high-profile trial face heavy burden. Do maps show increased shipping traffic around Cape of Good Hope due to Suez blockage? Expelled from U.S. at night, migrant families weigh next steps. Have episodes of Hawaii 5-0 feet been suppressed? Colorado massacre spurs calls for state action on gun deaths. Suicide bomb hits Palm Sunday mass in Indonesia, 20 wounded. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Dr. Birx recounts very uncomfortable Trump conversation. I feel like I was being watched. Our favorite steamers and mops for cleaning any mess. Chris Wallace grills Graham on Georgia voting law. Why on earth is it illegal to give voters water? Meghan Markle and Kate Middleton's feud over who made who cry rumbles on. Over-the-top Mayan tomb reveals men who lived a bit too large. The Senate tells women to smile more and talk less. The U.S.-Mexico vaccine deal is inciting a brutal migrant crackdown. The better mask really is better than most I've tried. The priest who summited North America's highest peak. Sidney Powell's just kidding defense is seriously, literally nuts. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Gonzaga basketball stars Corey Kispert, Jen Worth celebrate 3 years together. French bulldog puppy found safe in LA after Lady Gaga-style robbery. Letters to the editor, March 29, 2021. Biden says he's optimistic about passing gun control through divided Senate. What to expect from the George Floyd murder trial. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. U.S. surgeons perform successful COVID to COVID double lung transplant. Vaccine efforts surge amid spike in COVID infections across the nation. Fauci warns against potential new COVID-19 surge as cases remain high. Julia Letlow, new congresswoman whose husband died from COVID, encourages Americans to get vaccinated. Global health experts worry over concerning COVID variants. Gottlieb says vaccines should provide pretty big backstop against new virus surge. Millions brace for severe weather this weekend. Former CDC director sparks controversy with coronavirus lab theory. World celebrates Earth Hour by turning off non-essential lights. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. 2 dead, 1 injured in shooting at Maryland convenience store. CIT, runaway horses bring traffic to a halt during slow-speed pursuit in Tulsa. Mother apparently falls to her death from resort balcony near Kangan. Mayoral candidate Adams gloves up, takes jabs at city, state leaders during visit to Gleason's gym. NY State Senator Brian Benjamin's campaign expenses raise questions about propriety. Florida woman charged with murder of dad 2 years later. Maryland bomb squad detonates Civil War cannonball. Convicted serial killer Joseph Duncan dies on death row. Oregon Police Department to change name of K-9 officer Lil Kim after complaints. The following headlines are from military.com. Putin hails Russian military's performance in Arctic drills. North Korea accuses Biden of provocation after missile test. Philly Proud Boys president denies inciting Capitol riot as he fights for pretrial release. Man accused of assaulting Asian vet charged with hate crime. Report, military cleanup in Puerto Rico island slow going. Suicide bomb hits Palm Sunday mass in Indonesia, 14 wounded. Marines vow safety improvements after fatal AAV accident reveals serious flaws. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. In new book, Duckworth says childhood travails fueled her patriotism, and in an interview doesn't rule out a future run for president. At least 1 dead, firefighter injured in East Garfield Park fire. COVID-19 in Illinois by the numbers, here's a daily update on cases, positivity rate and hospital data in your area. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code, search for your neighborhood. Where the coronavirus data stands in the U.S. and world, vaccinations, cases and deaths. Illinois COVID-19 vaccine tracker, 46,891 additional people fully vaccinated for a total of 2,063,530, 16.2% of the state's population including 46.49% of those over 65, 110,211 doses administered yesterday. Daily Illinois coronavirus graphs, 23 new deaths, 2,250 new confirmed and probable cases and 65,729 new test results. The statewide positivity rate for cases is 3.2%. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 110,211 vaccine doses, 2,250 COVID-19 cases, 23 deaths reported Sunday. Mayor Lori Lightfoot earned more than $350K from law firm during first year in office, tax return shows. Cook County judge orders release for man shot in deadly mass attack accused of having gun in slide lock. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, March 29th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Tragic, 3 kids among 5 dead after Arkansas apartment fire. Denmark routs Moldova 8-0 after pre-game t-shirt protest. 2 killed, 1 wounded in shooting at convenience store. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. San Diego County pays $4 in misconduct suits against deputy. Sponsored, Autopia, 2021 Aston Martin Vantage, stunning, fast, flawed. Box office, Godzilla vs. Kong sets global pandemic record. Watsonville, fire reported after plane crashes near school. Syria forced to ration fuel as stricken ship keeps Suez Canal blocked. Sponsored, the 2021 GMC Yukon Denali 4W The Ultimate Edition SUV. NCAA Women's Tournament, Stanford rolls past Missouri State in Sweet 16. Serial killer on federal death row dies at Indiana hospital. Traffic crash in Oakland leaves Richmond's man dead. Rebels besiege town in northern Mozambique for fifth day. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Joe Biden, U.S. working on Myanmar response after dozens killed. New Mexico reports 167 new COVID-19 cases but no new deaths. Beleaguered bakery regroups after being struck twice by cars. Tragic, 3 kids among 5 dead after Arkansas apartment fire. Joe Biden rips Trump plan to visit U.S.-Mexico border. Inside the Beltway, 42 million want to migrate to the U.S. Nebraska group raises over $1 for Vietnam Veterans Memorial. Juvenile arrested in shooting death of man. The next headlines are from The Intercept. After half-century in prison, elderly Black Panther should not be left to die. An all-white jury sent Rayford Burke to death row. Will North Carolina's efforts to make amends be enough? One man is standing in the way of an investigation into Cuomo's nursing home scandal. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, March 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Clearing of woody weeds in Baringo County, Kenya, may yield major livelihood benefits. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man dead, firefighter hurt in East Garfield Park fire. Coronavirus Live blog, March 28, 2021, West Side leaders Bacalaureate Hospital amid vaccine scandal. Next man up is White Sox motto heading into 2021 season. Chicago outdoors, owl fledgling on north side, more blue snow, blue catfish, Hemingway. Postmaster General Louis DeJoy shows us once again why he's got to go. Congress, pass this easy fix so more young people can get student loan relief. Cubs begin finalizing opening day roster, only backup catcher spot remains. Indiana will hire Mike Woodson as next basketball coach. Person struck, killed by vehicle in back of the yards. 2,250 new COVID-19 cases reported as state's positivity rate continues to climb. The feed from the Riverfront Times St. Louis has been removed for putting advertisements in its news RSS feed. Best HGH for men, top 4 HGH supplements in 2021. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, March 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Record rain causes flash flooding in Tennessee, 4 dead, Trib Live. Avengers, Endgame fan breaks Guinness World Record after watching it 191 times, Screen Rant. First investment book sent into space, Investment Atlas II by Kenneth Winan sets World Record Academy. Double-gated world record set, Harness Link. Nokia breaks 5G world record with Turk Telecom, Nokia Mob. Read next on ILC swim world record broken at False Bay, Isle. Personal trainer attempts kettlebell world record all in the name of diabetes awareness, Kobe TV NBC 5 Cody TV NBC 2. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Sunday's best deals, Ninja Hot Plus cold brew coffee maker, solar-powered flickering torches, Ergo standing desk converter, Heidi and oak drawer organizers, and more. These chimps are all of us. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nawabshah in Pakistan at 113.72 degrees Fahrenheit or 45.4 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nico in Antarctica at minus 77.44 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 60.8 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Activision releases online-only PC game without online content, cracked in one day. A light show for every crit. How good are the $39 Pixel Smart Dice? Bus drivers bring adaptation of Alien to London's West End in Alien on stage. The ionizer in your kid's school may not do much to fight COVID. The following headlines are from Raw Story. In many cases, mass shooters buy guns only after they decide to kill, data shows. Candace Owens shredded after racist rant justifying white supremacy, just say you hate being black. Biden dismisses Trump's angry rant without even saying his name. Parkland mom blasts Lauren Boebert for her ridiculous defense of guns. Wisconsin's greatest national embarrassment, Ron Johnson put on notice by the NAACP that they're coming for him. Parler users melt down after finding out the social media platform shared Capitol riot info with the FBI, report. Right-wing pastor goes off on rapper Satan Shoes in racist sermon, you tell Lil Nas X I said so. Watch, Donald Trump hijacked a Mar-a-Lago wedding reception to rant about Joe Biden. Maria Bartiromo pushes Biden conspiracy theory, Obama is running things behind the scenes. Dominion attorney lays out how Fox News execs screwed up their billion-dollar lawsuit defense. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Latest must-have for America's ultra-billionaires, a plan to save humanity. President Biden's trustbusters aren't just experts on tech, they know about Big Ag. Dr. Deborah Birx is finally opening up about Trump's very uncomfortable treatment of her. Dr. Fauci would really like you to stay home for spring break. Watch, Senator Lindsey Graham admits parts of Georgia's voter restrictions are ludicrous. These carbon-belching zombie fires just wouldn't die, until now. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Full text, Electrophysiological Study of Visual Pathways in Nevoid Basa EB, Dove Medical Press. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, March 29, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO lands near missile base, affects radio transmissions, strike team dispatched. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, March 29, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.